Another interesting thing of being a foreigner here is that there are stories that I have no idea what's going on. So, for instance, I don't know anything about baseball at all. I didn't know who this guy was. So it was very exciting for me work with this artist, with Daigo Fujiwara, that he's a big baseball fan and he's also Japanese. So he went to Florida to the trainings to report about Matsutaka pitches. And when he returned, we were working on that thing, and for me it was kind of fascinating to get into this story and learn about the pitches and all this mythology of baseball. So I think that it's very interesting that when you are doing a graphic, you are learning things, you are discovering things, and it's kind of interesting to put that things in the graphics and show the readers your emotion in the discovery or your sense of wonder about this kind of story. The baseball still is a mystery to me, but it's a great story for the Globe. So we try to see. I really like this graphic that again Daigo Fujiwara and Nate Widerer, two of our artists, did about this Lowell. He has the highest percentage of hits in the world, I mean, of the Green Monster. So we create this little interactive of the statistic of where each of the hits in the world hit, and the positions, and so this graphic you can navigate either around the timing to see when of each of the hits was done or done. Okay. It's a simple graphic, but I think that really talk to the fan and talk to the baseball fan in a very direct way. Just to finish before actually explain us a different approach on graphic. One thing that intrigues me about graphics is that this kind of a soul search in the department. One thing that I find really interesting is that I admire the work of many graphic departments that has really personal voices. I admire, certainly New York Times has a really clear identity. I mean, every graphic, whoever the artist, whoever the story, whoever, you can tell this is a New York Times graphic. National Geographic has this kind of identity, Clarín, El Mundo, some small newspapers. For me, it's fascinating when a graphic department can create this kind of soul in a way. And I think that sometimes we try to find that identity, that voice with style, like with fonts or use of color or color palettes, or we try to brand or graphic with our identity. But I think that much more than this kind of style or this kind of style, I think it's about the stories, the theme that we are developing. And that's something that it takes time to build. I think that you have to do many graphics and tell many stories, and then eventually you will find that a lot of your graphics has a common thing, a common voice. And if you keep doing this kind of teamwork, what you develop is a philosophy in the department. You develop kind of a common understanding of what kind of stories we want to talk, we want to communicate to the reader, and what kind of approach we want to exercise. And I have just arrived here, so for me, still this kind of soul or identity is something that I will discover hopefully with time. But I have the impression that our obviously our identity is related with the city, with Boston. Boston is an amazing place. It's a wonderful city that generates millions of stories every day. So for me, one of the challenges is try to do a visual chronicle of Boston, from the big pictures of the big architectonical projects that they are developing to small details of the city, to little things that for common life in the city, from the future of Boston, to try to picture the people what's gonna be Boston like in the future, or the past of Boston, how was Boston or New England in the past, or the politics of Boston. Is all over Boston. This place. I guess that every community, every newspaper is a place that generates millions of stories, and that's a great way to approach to the reader. If we try to talk about everything about their community, the food, or even, or if some drama or breaking news happen, we want like to tell that stories in a visual way or contribute to the great content that the Boston Globe does in the stories every day. So that's more or less my approach to the graphics. And that's, thank you. And